Hey all, welcome back to another Mini-Sode, where today we'll be taking a look at Voodoo Vince. The story of Vince begins in Madame Charmaine's voodoo shop, where two bumbling thieves named Jeb and Fingers are trying to steal the Madame's zombie dust for their boss, Cosmo the Inscrutable. Before they can pull it off though, they accidentally spill some of the dust, causing a crazy mess to occur. Madame Charmaine comes in to clean it up, but gets knocked out. Seeing an opportunity, the two thieves tie her up and take her along with the dust to Cosmo. What they didn't realize was that some of the dust was sprinkled on an old voodoo doll named Vince, who then comes to life. With help from the Madame via telepathy, Vince sets out to save the Madame so she can undo the madness caused by the escaped dust and defeat Cosmo. As someone who usually doesn't go for platformers in their stories, this one's pretty cool. It's rare to see a game with voodoo as an inspiration. In fact, the last game I remember that had voodoo in it was Shadow Man. Remember that game? Yeah.
Come on, Stars, you can. I will try to help through the link we share, but all depends on you, Vince.
Okay.
Gameplay-wise, Voodoo Vince is your standard 3D platformer, where your goal is to make your way through each stage completing the objectives laid out for you, all while jumping, collecting, and beating down bad guys. You know, the usual stuff. You have a double jump, hover, punch, spin, and slam attack at your disposal. There's even some sections where you can drive some type of vehicle. Speaking of collectibles, they too are things you'd expect in a platformer of this kind, like extra lives and health and voodoo power increases, leading me to talk about the coolest thing in this game, the voodoo powers. By defeating enemies, you can collect beads that they drop, filling your power meter. When it's full, Vince can unleash a voodoo power where he hurts himself, killing everyone around him due to, well, him being a voodoo doll. This also spills into various puzzles and boss fights where you pretty much have to hurt yourself in order to progress. This helps Voodoo Vince stand out from the other 3D platformers of the time. Unfortunately, some of those old trappings are still present, like a semi-workable camera and cheap deaths. But if you're a fan of platformers and are kinda used to things like that, you'll have a great time here. Visually, Vince is really good. The stages all look like a twisted warped New Orleans during Mardi Gras, while the characters all look like something out of a Tim Burton stop-motion movie, with Vince being the standout. On the audio side of things, the music is a wonderful mixture of odd melodies and snappy jazz tunes, which will get your toes tapping as you play. As for voice acting, the cast does a great job of bringing goofy, off-the-wall characters to life. Plus, I dig the attitude Vince gives to everyone in the game. He's a sarcastic little punk.
Never mess with a voodoo doll, Poindexter. Freaking idiot. Dragging me out on a night like this. Might as well get this show on the road, though. Can't believe they want a 10-inch voodoo doll to go be a hero. I can't some other perfect...
Voodoo Vince is a platformer that plays it safe and sticks rather closely to the formula, but with a neat gimmick. If you're looking for a good platformer to play on the big green, this one's definitely worth picking up. Or if you don't feel like digging out the old Xbox, it is available on Xbox One and PC with fresh new graphics. Either way, give it a go. And with that, this is the Dali Popka. Thanks for watching, I'll see you next time.
Did I ever have to run?
Watch your language.
Grab!
Great, that's just super. What now? The obligatory boss battle?